Hello children, back to our EVS class once again. So in the last class we started chapter 5 occupation. So let us revise the main points that we discussed in the last class. So what is occupation? Occupation means any kind of job that gives you money. Now why do you need money? We need money to meet our basic needs. Now what are our basic needs? Our basic needs are food, clothes and shelter. So we need to do work in order to earn money. So each and every occupation is important for us to earn money. Okay, now what do you mean by profession? Profession means an occupation that needs special training or special skill. For example, medical profession, legal profession, teaching profession, etc. And afterwards we discussed a number of occupations. So let us recall the names of those occupations that we discussed. So please take your textbook, page 232. So you can see the picture of farmer. So who is a farmer? A farmer is a person who grows fruits and vegetables in the field. Now, what is the instrument that he uses? He uses a wooden plow for digging the soil before sowing the seeds. So, the first occupation that we discussed was that of a farmer. Now, see the next picture, children. You can see an architect. So, who is an architect? An architect is a person who designs a building. Now, what are the tools that he uses? He uses a drafting board, a scale, a marker and a compass. He uses these to draw the sketch of a building. So that's about the second profession. Now let us see the third profession. So page 233. You can see the picture of a plumber. What is his job? He fixes and repairs the taps and pipes. Now you can see the instruments which are used by him. Which are those instruments? You can see a spanner and there is also a wrench. So these are the tools used by a plumber. Now then comes the electrician. What is the job of an electrician? Yes, an electrician fixes and repairs switchboards, lights, fans and all electronic equipments. Now what are the tools that he uses? He can use screwdrivers, cable cutters and pliers for doing his work. So these tools may be available at your home also. So these are the tools: pliers, cable cutters and screwdrivers which are used by the electrician. Okay, now let us move on to the occupation of a carpenter. You can see the picture. The carpenter is cutting wood. Now what is the tool used by him? He uses a saw to cut the wood. Now what is his job? He is making tables, chairs and all sorts of wooden furnitures. So that is about carpenter. Even the doors and windows of houses are made by carpenters. Now let us move on to the occupation of a tailor. You can see the picture, page 234. Now what is the tailor doing? The tailor is stitching clothes. Now what are the tools used by him? He uses a scissors and you can see the machine also, sewing machine also is seen in the picture. Now he uses a measuring tape to take the measurements of the required cloth. So a tailor uses a measuring tape, scissors and he performs his tailoring. He does his tailoring job with the help of the sewing machine. Now again you can see another occupation. Here you can see a potter. What is he doing? He is making pots. How is he making pots? What is he using for making the pots? He uses clay. So he can make pots, bowls and vases from clay. Clay means kalibanna. So what is he doing? He molds the clay on the potter's wheel. So in the picture you can see the potter's wheel and he is molding the wheel into, he is molding the clay into different shapes. Now then comes the photographer. So I need not tell much about the photographer because all of you know a photographer uses a camera to take the photos. Now again you can see the grocer. The grocer sells grocery items like rice, pulses, grains, etc. You all have been to different shops to buy these things, isn't it? With your parents. Now you can see the fisherwoman. She is selling the fish. The vegetable vendor sells fruits and vegetables. The baker sells cakes, biscuits and all sorts of sweet items. Even bread, then all sorts of confectionaries are available in bakeries. So a baker sells these things. Then again you can see the picture of a butcher. What is the butcher doing? The butcher is cutting the meat and he is selling the meat. Then last comes the bookseller. What is the bookseller doing? The bookseller sells books. So all sorts of books are sold by bookseller. So these were the points that we discussed in our last class. So you have to go through these things and again learn the spellings as well as the main points. Okay, now we move on to today's topic. Today we are going to discuss about equality of work. So I told you that we are all doing different kinds of work at home. Cooking, washing, cleaning, housekeeping, everything. Even your parents do these things and you also need to help your parents. Do you all help your parents? Yes or no? Yes, some of you help while some don't. Let us listen to a story of a boy called Farhan. So for that, please refer your textbook, page 238. So I will tell you the story, I will read out the story and I will say the main points. So from that we can learn the equality of work. So we know that people do different kinds of work and we should be grateful to all the people who help us in our household activities. We should respect each and every person. So here comes the story of Farhan. So Farhan is a boy. He had a number of people to help him at his home. So he had to manage without gardener and the domestic help for one day. So he had a number of people to help him out, to help his mother out at their home. They had a gardener as well as they had a household maid to help them. So one day what happened? The gardener was absent and same way the household maid also was absent. So what happens? His mother asked Farhan to help her in the household duties. Now, did he help? Actually, he helped her, but he did not like to do certain jobs. So, let us see what are the jobs that he did not like to do. So, one day, Farhan's gardener and domestic help do not come to work. His mother asked him to help her. Farhan agrees to work in the garden but refuses to wash the utensils. He does not like washing utensils because they are dirty. So Farhan's mother asked him to help her in gardening as well as in washing the utensils. You know what is a utensil? Utensil means some kind of vessels, all sorts of vessels that we use in kitchen. So after using these vessels, we need to wash it out, isn't it? So he did not like washing utensils because they are filled with the waste materials and all. So he refused to wash the utensils. So what happened? His mother explained to him that all types of work are equally important. So remember children, all types of work are equally important. So you can see the picture. Farhan's mother is telling him something. So please go through the textbook. The picture is given. So she is telling Farhan, no job is big or small. You should respect all occupations and the people who follow them. And this is called dignity of labor. So his mother is telling him that Farhan, no job is big or small. Either it is gardening or it is cleaning or it is arranging the rooms or it is washing the vessels or cooking. Each and every job is important. No job is big or small. And you should respect all the people and all the occupations. Okay, So, and that is known as dignity of labor. So, in Malayalam we say dignity of labor means Tozhilinte Mahattvam. So, you can see in the picture. So, when he heard this from his mother, Farhan started helping his mother in different activities. So, in the picture you can see that he is helping his mother in the garden and at home. So, what is he doing? He is dusting the cupboards, he is throwing the waste in the waste bin, he is sweeping the floor, you can see him mopping the floor, and you can also see him washing the vessels and watering the plants. So, all sorts of job he started doing, and he helped his mother. So, Farhan's mother told him that he should value people, those who help in our daily life, that is those household maids or gardener, whoever it may be. The people who come to help us are important. So, we should respect their work and we should also give respect to them. So, the next day what happened? Farhan greeted the domestic help and the gardener with a beautiful smile. So, he started respecting them. So, likewise children, you should also help your parents at home in all the activities, cleaning, cooking, washing, arranging the rooms, everything you can help, and you can also respect the people who come to help your parents at home, like the gardener, household maids, your watchman if it is there. So, all jobs are equally important and we should help everyone. So, let us see the slides for the main points. Equality of work. We know that people do different kinds of job for their livelihood. Here in the slide you can see people doing different kinds of job. Different pictures are shown. They are all doing different kinds of job. And we should respect and be grateful to people who help us. So, whoever is helping us, we should respect and be grateful to them. So, all types of work are equally important. Each and every job has its own importance. So, no job is big or small. Each and every job is important and we should respect the people who are doing each and every job. So, no job is big or small. And we should respect all occupations and the people who follow them. So, I told you about a number of occupations. We discussed about 14 different types of occupations, including farmers, architects, tailors, potters, grocers, etc., etc. So, each and every occupation is important and those who engage in those jobs are also equally important. And that is known as dignity of labor. I repeat, dignity of labor. So, in dignity of labor, we should respect each and every person who does different kinds of occupations. So, they are all doing the work for getting money, for meeting their needs. So, we should respect each and every one. So, now comes the fill in the blanks questions. Notes. Fill in the blanks. First one, a dash takes photograph with the help of a camera. What is the answer, children? Yes, it is the photographer. Answer is photographer. You need to learn the spelling. Second one, a dash sells rice pulses and grocery items. Who sells the rice pulses? Yes, it is the grocer. G-R-O-C-E-R, grocer. Third one, a dash sells baked food like cookies, bread and cake. So, who sells bread and cake? Yes, it is the baker. Spelling you have to learn, B-A-K-E-R, baker. Now comes the fourth one, a dash cuts and sells meat. Who cuts and sells meat? Yes, it is the butcher. Spelling is B-U-T-C-H-E-R, butcher. So, a butcher cuts and sells meat. Fifth one, a dash sells books. Who sells book? Answer is bookseller. Bookseller sells book. Now, sixth one, a dash sells fish. Who sells fish? Yes, it is the fisherwoman. So, these questions are related to different kinds of occupations. You need to learn the spellings of these words and you have to by heart it. Okay. Now comes some question answers. Only 2 question answers. First one. How does Farhan help his mother in the absence of domestic help and the gardener? How did he help his mother? Farhan helps his mother in washing utensils, in cleaning the home and watering the plants. So he helped his mother in washing the utensils. Utensils means the vessels. Then cleaning the home and watering the plants. So you have to write it down in your EVS notebook and write and study this answer. Okay. Now second one. Why should we respect all occupations? We should respect all occupations because no work is big or small. No work is big or small. And this is called dignity of labor. So we should respect each and every occupations and the people who are following that occupations. So no work is big or small, and this is called dignity of labor. So these 2 question answers you have to copy down in your EVS notebook. You have to write and study, recite and study, and also write and study in your rough book 3 times. Then only you will learn. So write and study, and the fill in the blanks questions, the spellings also you need to write and study. So we have come to the end of the lesson. Chapter 5, occupation. You have to complete the notes, read the lesson aloud. How many times? 5 times. And we have to revise. So see you in the live class with the discussion. Okay. So that's all for today's class. See you again in the next class with another lesson. So bye bye and take care.